is Jeopardy!
Hello everyone and welcome to our very first and only Jeopardy game. I am your host Mr. Min, and a fun fact about me, I am 6 feet tall on a good day. Now, I will be hosting these three contestants and they will provide short introductions to themselves. So first, it's Nathan Zhang.
Hello, my name is Nathan, and I am a huge fan of alcohol, and I'm using the money that I earned from this game to buy alcohol.
Thank you. Next is Kevin Dai.
My name is Kevin, and I guess I'm a huge fan of apples, like this one right here.
And next is Edmund Chang.
Hi, I'm Edmund, and I'm at a disco party right now.
Well, a round of applause for these three contestants here. And I have split them into three teams. The first team is Cool Kevin for Kevin. The next is Cooler Yi for Yi. And Just Nathan, because he does not have a K in his name. We will start off with Team Cooler Yi. So Yi, Edmund Chang, what would you like to start with?
Let's go with Demon Rum for 100.
Alright. This was an issue regarding liquids and substances that became prevalent in colonial America in the early 19th century. What is your answer?
What is excessive drinking of alcohol?
That is the correct answer. 100 points to Yi, and next is Just Nathan. What would you like to pick?
Mr. Min, I think I'll go with Demon Rum for 200.
Alright. These were the people in the household most heavily affected by the excessive drinking of alcohol. What is your answer?
I think I'll go with Who Are Women?
Okay. This is the correct answer.
Yes!
We will give 200 points to Nathan.
Yes! Yes!
Next is Cool Kevin. Kevin, what do you want to pick?
Demon Rum for 300.
Alright, I see a pattern. This was the result of women taking action in order to stop all the drinking. What is your what is your answer? Sorry.
What is the formation of the American Temperance Society?
Let's see. That is correct. 300 points to Mr. Cool Kevin. Next, it is back to Cooler Yi. What is your question?
Go for Demon Rum for 400.
Let's see. These were the children's clubs organized by the American Temperance Society. Before you answer, I just needed a drink of this really cold water. Anyways, what is your answer?
What is the Cold Water Army?
Let's see. Well, what a coincidence. You are correct, and you have 400 more points. Now it's back to Just Nathan. What would you like to pick?
I think I'll go with Demon Rum for 500.
I see you're taking a risk. Let's see, these are the two ways the society opposed to drinking. What are those two ways?
I think I'll go with what is resisting drinking and the total elimination of alcohol.
Well, let's see. That is correct. And if I remember, you get 500 points. Next, it's back to very cool Kevin. Kevin, what is your question?
Woman in revolt for 100, please.
Okay, I see we're moving on to a different topic, mainly because we don't have any choice. This was the early female reformer who urged other women to seek employment as teachers. What is your answer?
Who is Catherine Beecher?
Let's see. That is correct, and you have 100. Let's take a quick break and recap all of our dollars. Cool Kevin has a mere $400. Cooler Yi is up with only $100 more, and Just Nathan with $700. He is currently in the lead.
Yes! That's so much illegal alcohol. Oh my god.
Cooler Yi, what would you like to pick?
Women in Revolt for 200.
Alright, the 200. This was the early female reformer who was angered when her delegation to the London anti-slave meeting wasn't recognized. Who was this early female reformer, Mr. Karyi?
Who is Lucretia Mott?
Let's see. And you are correct. And you get $200. You are on par with Nathan. Speaking of Nathan, what question would you like to pick?
Well, Mr. Min, I think I will go with Women in Revolt for 300.
Alright, common pattern. This was the early female reformer who insisted on the right to vote.
I think I'll go with who is Elizabeth Cady Stanton?
And you are correct. You get $300 being the first person to have 1,000 spanking dollars. Next is the broke guy, Cool Kevin. What would you like to pick?
Women in Revolt for 400, please.
Alright, $400. This was the early female reformer who advocated for women's rights and eventually became the first person to legally vote. Who was this early female reformer, Mr. Kevin?
Who is Susan B. Anthony?
Let's see. That is correct. You have $400. Still not 1,000, but you're getting there. Cooler Kari, you are next.
Let's go to Women in Revolt for 5.
Alright. You're saying $500, correct?
No, sir. I want $5.
Alright, well that's not an option, so I'll just pick 500 for you. This was the convention where feminists met in 1848 to discuss women's rights.
What is
Please answer quickly.
the Women's Right Convention at Seneca Falls, New York?
I mean, he's correct. So you get 500 extra dollars. Now you are over the $1,000 mark. Yep, continuing on. We have Cool Kevin with what question?
Wild card for 200, please.
Alright. This was the original job of women before the movement of women's rights. What is the original job?
They were mostly staying at home and caring for children before this.
Alright. To raise a child and stay home most of the time? That's correct! You have finally reached $1,000. We all love our mothers, guys. Moving on. Who's next? Cooler Kari. What is your question?
Let's go to the wild card and
Okay. 300, are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Alright. These were the rights not given to women before the movement of women's rights.
What is the right to vote and own land?
The right to vote and own land, you are correct. Moving on to Justin Nathan. What would you like to pick?
Wildcard 400.
Okay, 400. This was the first woman to ever graduate medical college.
Well, it seems like this question was made for me because I have a medicine kit right here. It's pretty cool.
But who's the woman?
I'll go with who is Elizabeth Blackwell?
And you are correct, and you have 400 additional dollars added to your bank.
Thank you.
For the final question, and it is to Kevin. Let's see. This was the pair of sisters who were the first nationally known white American female advocates of the abolition of slavery and women's rights.
Who are the Grimke sisters?
Let's see. Oops. You are correct, and now you have 500 extra dollars, and what a coincidence! And it's a tie. What a coincidence. Such a coincidence. Anyways, that wraps it up for our one and only game of Jeopardy. Thank you, and I hope you have a great rest of the time in Period 5 AP US History. Goodbye, all.